morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. It's Wednesday the 7th of August. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's been a little quiet lately and it must be just the end of the year thing. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe all the differences in the moon cycles, I'm not sure. It's been a little bit quiet. I feel a little bit stuck myself, so hopefully things will start picking up soon. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, let's get on with this reading. And I've got the Eight of Swords came out right before that. So the 8 and this 9 came out. So maybe other people are feeling exactly the same way. Alrighty, let's get a reading for August the 7th. Something's about to happen though, because he just jumped out too. August the 7th. Wednesday, August the 7th. Okay, well, that's very nice anyway. So we are getting the Ten of Pentacles coming straight out of the gate. The Ten of Pentacles is a card that shows that you're in a period of time where there's enough money, enough resources, family's happy and everything's where it needs to be. So maybe that's why things feel stuck at the moment, where we're right where we need to be at the moment. So that's the first card out. Now behind that there is the Two of Pentacles. So what I'm feeling here is Spirit is probably giving us a little bit of time just to settle, because we have a major decision coming up here. This is one that will require a lot of balancing out of head over heart, heart over head, logical over spiritual, money over a big investment. This is a very big decision. The person here is trying to balance those out though by keeping their emotions really calm and using all of the other aspects of themselves to make this decision. It's not an easy one at all. So it's something that requires you to stand your ground as well. So that would say to me, this decision you're making here is one that is for you. It's not for anyone else. And Spirit is saying, you know, you need to be really conscious that this decision is yours and yours only. It's for you. Okay, look, because you've reached a point where you are getting back now what you put in. You've reached the point of having your light side balanced with your dark side. You've got to a point where you're strong enough to face this decision. So you may have been doing a lot of personal growth here and you're absolutely ready now to move forward. Okie dokie. All right, so Knight of Cups coming in first. So the Knight of Cups talks about, it's an action card. It's something happening, and this can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but there is an offer coming in here. This person's very determined to make it too, because he has his arms outstretched. Now, this doesn't always, even though the cup is filled with love, it isn't always a love proposition. It could be something that you love. If you're in a career where, you know, you really love what you do, then it can be an offer of some move in your career or something changing within your career. Not always love. Okay, and the Nine of Pentacles did come back out again after jumping out at me. So there is a feeling of anxiety here. So some people are waiting on something here. Waiting very patiently, but feeling quite anxious. The Nine of Swords sort of talks about things going around in your head and unable to sort of escape the thoughts. This is a learning for all of us at the moment when they talk about negative thinking. It isn't necessarily that you're a negative person or that your thoughts are negative. It's more about the fact that you perhaps churn things over in your head a lot more than you need to. So the universe is trying to get us to understand this energy at the moment. So we're being taught patience. So have the Page of Cups coming out too. So this could start off with some sort of message or information that will help you move forward before this offer comes in. So sometimes it may be preparation. So for example, this may be the application for a job role that you really love, whereas this is the offer of the job role. But there's some anxiety in the middle. So you can apply that however you want. But the pages are basically messages, so they're not anything high level. It can also be that your intention is here. So it could be that you've put some sort of intention out to the universe which is about to materialize here, and you're waiting because there's something you really want to work on here. It could be a relationship here for sure. But it can be a lot of other things too. Being there's pentacles here, it can be to do with work. It can be to do with some sort of project here. Okay, Page of Wands coming in here. So this is about sort of standing back here. This guy here is waiting on something. You can see him checking out his cat here because he's not really sure whether to go down that path or not, if you can see that. So he's trying to follow his intuition. He's trying to watch where, you know, things are going, but he's not really sure if this is the path he wants to travel on. So sometimes this can mean that you're getting messages in, but you're not sure if it's the right direction for you. So the universe is calling for you to either wait, because this is about divine timing, but the Temperance is also about getting yourself in balance. So sometimes this can mean taking time out at the moment to resolve this sort of anxiety you're feeling, this sort of anxiousness that's coming over you here. So it could be that you're being put in a position to make a major decision here, but you're unsure of where to go. You know what you want to work on, that's clear. You've got something in your head, you know what you're heading for, but the universe is putting you in like a holding pattern at the moment. Okay, Six of Swords. So this involves moving away from something in order to move towards something. This can be moving away from a job to take on another job. Sometimes the Three of Pentacles can talk about self-employment, can talk about going from one relationship to another relationship, or no relationship to marriage. Whatever this decision is here that you're making is life-changing here. But I have to say you're not ready. That's why you're sitting at the moment. So we're being asked here to remember that with the High Priestess, not everything is revealed yet. We're not really sure what the universe has got planned for us. There's this feeling that there's this secrecy here around what's supposed to happen because we are not supposed to know. So it's very interesting because I think sometimes, you know, even as a person who reads for other people, even as a psychic or a medium, there are times when I can't get the answers from the cards, and I realize there are times when Spirit says this particular thing needs an answer, but we can't give it to you at the moment because you haven't completed the lesson you needed to go through. So if you try to skip ahead, or you try to push it, or you try to control it, what happens is you get another lesson in its place. So even if I see things in the cards, I still have to wait out that process in order to do things, because controlling it is not healthy. And this is what we're being asked to do here. We're being asked to see out the lesson and take time, have patience, because something is coming here. It is being planned by the universe, but at the moment we are not seeing what this is going to be or how it's going to happen. But we do have the World cards, so that's really interesting, because that says to me that something has to close out before you can accept something new. Okay, so this is why you're getting the guy shuffling up the Two Pentacles, because there is an important decision to make, but you can't make it until you have closed out this cycle. And there's the brand new start with the Ace of Pentacles. So for many of you, this is career. This is moving forward on a career path. For others of you, this is about having a relationship in love that's more stable, more ongoing, more sturdy. So not all the answers are in the cards. Not all the answers are clear to us yet, because the universe is always holding something up her sleeve. Now, this is where the big argument comes in around things like free will and destiny, because they're two very different things. So if you're a person who believes in destiny, then free will becomes an option. Because if you believe in destiny, you know where you're going and you know how to get there. Because you know that that is destined for you. Whereas free will, if you were to push this and move in your own direction, then that gives you free will. But then do we not understand that destiny will kick in if it's not what you're meant to be doing? So that's why I say to people, you need to undergo the lessons, no matter how hard they are. You need to be patient. You need to work your way through everything and let the universe help you make that decision. This High Priestess says to me that things aren't ready here yet. You need to close out a cycle first. And the cycle will not complete until you have learned the lessons. And this involves moving away from something and moving towards something new. So here we see the Ten of Pentacles. So you do have this sort of like end of a cycle here. It may be that you have reached a point where you can't go any further in this particular cycle, which is fair enough. The universe is saying they want to bring in a new cycle. It seems to me like some of you may be fighting this change at the moment, but you still look. This is the work you still have to do here. So there is still a little bit of work left on yourself. You're still not free of that. The universe is asking you to still move in on that. Otherwise, things with this lesson, you would just keep knocking this lesson back and somebody will bring you another one. So at the moment, what you're getting is not pleasing. It certainly needs a little bit of a shuffle up. We can feel that energy at the moment. The Lionsgate portal, I think, is the 8th or 9th of August, and I know that there's always huge changes when that comes around. So it could be we're just waiting out a couple of days till that sort of starts to make things move for everybody and changes the energies. For some of you, this could be closing down a relationship without any doubt whatsoever. So maybe the time isn't right at the moment to move away from a relationship or job to move into something new. For some of you here, this is moving from one job into into self-management, or we have the card of, the Rainmaker come out. It's card 42, which of course equates to the number of 6. And look, I bought one of these little ones here so I can do this so much more easily now. So, the Rainmaker. Alrighty, so the Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Very interesting. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. And that's why I said that's that going back to this 9 of Swords where you're going over things over. It's not helpful. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all of your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. So remember, really, what is so important here is that you are co-creating your world. You are putting in the effort. The universe is guiding you. The universe ultimately will put in your path what is meant for you and will take out of your path what is not meant for you. But you have to be patient. You have to trust that it's going in the right direction. Something is coming to you here, something very big. It's just not quite cooked yet. Have a fantastic day.